Yes, guys. Yes. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since doing one of these, but the key thing is we are doing it now. We are getting ourselves ready for a big game here. A big game because not a big game in terms of importance, but a big game for England in terms of knowing how Tuchel is going to be able to set up this team. Like even with Southgate, we forgot at times that yeah, England would perform very well in the easy games, but then it's like when those games, the big games came up, the especially in the finals, it was mainly finals and semi-finals where England would underperform. 2018, 2021, and last summer, of course, 2024. So I feel like if Tuchel can set up this team an identity, especially now against a team that's going to sit in a low block, if England can put a few goals past them, play with a real footballing style, allow the guys that don't get a lot of minutes usually to play, give those guys time, give those guys minutes, allow those guys to see where they fit in his system. I feel like if he can do all of those things, this will be a successful game. I don't think it should be a question on whether England's going to win this game or not. I feel like this is an easy game to win, just in terms of who the opposition is. I'll be completely honest. Before the game, I was just going over Andorra's starting 11, and I'll tell you right now, I didn't know one player from that team. I don't know any single players from the Andorra football team. And I was like, maybe it's my football knowledge, or maybe it's just that this team just doesn't have a lot of high quality players. And I felt like it was more of the latter. This team doesn't have a lot of high quality players, whereas England, Harry Kane, top scorer in the Bundesliga, Jude Bellingham, yes, Real Madrid didn't win anything, but last year Bellingham was in the Ballon d'Or run. I'm just naming some talent from England. We're gonna go over the squad in a second to see who's actually playing and who's not playing. But I'm just listing some England talent, like some of the best players in the Premier League we have now. Uh, when I say now, I mean nowadays. Sorry, I was messing around with the screen. But yeah, some of the best talent we have in football right now. So just yeah, Jude Bellingham, one of the best players in the Premier League last year, was fighting for Ballon d'Or. Cole Palmer, we all know the numbers that Cole Palmer puts up. This England team is an extremely talented team, and there's no point comparing it to Andorra in terms of talent. So this game should be a win. Just about seeing how the other guys perform. What does Eze look like? Because in the Euros, Eze was lackluster, and to be fair to him, I just felt like Southgate didn't know how to use Eze in the Euros. You've got upcoming players like Rodgers. You've got Madueke. I don't know why Henderson is in this team. Henderson is the big no for me. He said Tuchel said Henderson was a big part of the team, but FIFA Destroyer, Andorra's going to win. Andorra's not going to do anything. Is Frederick, by the way? I just used my other channel with almost the same name. Frederick, once again, I appreciate you, my guy. Just check if you can still do. Frederick, just do one thing for me. Just check if you can still do the mod stuff. If you can still be a mod. If you can still be a mod, that's fine. But I just feel like because how'd you say? I haven't streamed on StreamYard for a minute. I've usually been on OBS, but this summer is going to change. Stream today. We have 2 streams going on tomorrow. Like throughout the whole summer, we're going to be streaming as much as possible. FIFA Club World Cup, excuse me. Club World Cup coming up. It's good. We're going to be streaming a lot. So I appreciate all of you guys watching. Thank you very much for watching right now. Stick around. Again, it's going to be a good game for England. Again, in terms of stakes, there's nothing going on. Even if England lose this game, I'm super confident that they will, how do you say, they will qualify to the World Cup. That's not my problem. My problem is seeing how these different pieces are able to play in this England team. Konsa and Burn, a centre back pairing that we've not seen yet. Reece James coming back into the team. Curtis Jones playing as a right back. We're going to see like the tactical fluidity that Tuchel is going to add. A manager like Southgate would have never played Curtis Jones as a right back in this game. Never done that. He would have never had the vision to do something like this. Tuchel has the vision, and hopefully Tuchel knows what he's doing. Hopefully Tuchel has an idea of what this team is going to look like. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what your game predictions are going to be. Right. I don't see the blue icon beside my channel name, so I'm not sure. I guess I don't have it. I'll make it. I'll make it right now. The moderate icon. I'll make it right now if that's the case. Let me try and figure it out, Fred. I've not been streaming for a minute. Let me just try and figure it out. Man, I missed this. I appreciate all of you guys watching right now. The stream hasn't even started, and we already peaked at 10 viewers. I appreciate you guys watching. Miss doing this. I remember when the channel first started, or when I first started streaming, like the first few months was amazing, but then I stopped being consistent. Different reasons why, but now we're back. And how do you say? I really miss streaming. I really miss just watching sports and talking to you guys. Really, 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 really miss it. It is the biggest reason why I started this channel. The biggest reason why I started this channel was so I could watch football live and have like a chat, a community to talk to. That was like the biggest reason why. But anyways, okay, let's look at. I said let's look at Andorra. I don't know any players from this Andorra team. I don't know if that's just L football knowledge, but I don't know any of the players. I saw the commentary that said that one of Andorra's best players was going to be unavailable. I was like, I couldn't tell you who that is. I couldn't tell you who that is. Something I'd also like to see Thingy do today too, Hal, is try and see what Trent looks like in the middle. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how these different players slot. And I don't know if Foden's injured. You guys, let me know in the comments if Foden's injured or not. But I'd have loved to have seen Foden play today as well, because Foden's not been in form. He's been underperforming like crazy. I would have loved to have seen Foden playing this game. Shout out the subscribers in the chat, guys. Once again, I appreciate everyone watching. Please, if it's your first time, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all these things. But yeah, but seriously though, let me know in the comments what your score predictions. I generally think if England are going to have a good game, like I think they will, and Tuchel is really going to show his tactical awareness and his tactical development, I see this game going towards 6-0. Maybe 7, but I see this game going towards 6-0. And going towards 6-0, again, is not a team that exudes quality. It's not a team that has a lot of quality players. But winning this game 6-0 today will just demonstrate that this team is able to break down teams that are able to sit back. 4-5-0 England. That's not a bad shout. But yeah, because again, when we go back to the last finals, as I was talking about before, you go back to the World Cup semi-finals, you go back to the Euro finals, you go back to the other Euro finals, you go up to the other World Cup final. When you go back to these times, when you look at what happened during those high pressure moments, England were just not capable of breaking down the opposition team. And this is something that this team needs to get a lot better at. With Southgate, this team lacked, it lacked creativity, like that offensive fluidity. You know, even in that game against Italy that we all know, it's like you score the first goal and then it's like, what do we do next? And Tuchel, being the pragmatic manager that he is, he was like, yeah, we scored the goal. Let's all sit back. Let's sit back and try and hold on. I want to see this England team that has so much talent go up against any opposition and be able to break them down. You saw the game between France and Spain. Two teams at the top of their game, and two teams that were able to break each other down. You know, that's what high quality teams do. Portugal against Germany. The way Portugal were able to take those chances away from Germany. You know, this is what this England team needs more of. This England team needs to be able to break opposition teams down. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how Tuchel sets these teams up. And again, tomorrow we have the Nations League final and the Nations League third place game. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be streaming that as well. If you're already subscribed to the channel, just turn on your notifications. Excuse me. We're going to be watching that. Okay, I just had to post something real quick. Right. By the way, congrats to PSG winning their first treble, as well as being the first French team to do it. Yep, congrats to PSG. Well, I've not really talked about it again. I've been off the channel for a little bit. Just had to finish some uni stuff and some work stuff. but we're fully back. We're fully back for the summer, 100%. Once again, videos out every day, shorts out every day, streaming every weekend. Every weekend there are games. I'm also triple down and do streaming on Fridays as well. But for now, every Saturday and Sunday, I've planned it out for the summer. I have a schedule. Every Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be streaming. So that's a good plan. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, but yeah, every weekend there will definitely be a stream. Every single weekend. And also for tomorrow's game, pardon me, I really want Portugal to win. But you see the way that Spanish team is playing right now, it's like no one can really stop them. And plus, you look at that French team, the amount of talent that was on that French squad. You know, that French team with Mbappe, Dembele, Dure, that French team is loaded, extremely loaded. And how do you say, Spain were able to put five past them. I can only imagine. I can only imagine what Spain is going to do to Portugal tomorrow. Again, I would much rather Portugal win. Trust me, I'd much rather Portugal win. I want Portugal to win. But the way the Spanish team is playing right now, I don't really see anyone stopping them. I don't really see anyone stopping that how do you say, that Spanish team. But again, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Who do you have for tomorrow? Who do you have for today? More important, who do you guys have for today? No, I forgot to do one thing real quick. Then I'm gonna get back on the chat. As per usual, leave your predictions in the chat before we get started. I don't want to see predictions during the game. That's unfair. Leave your predictions before the game. Let me just do one thing real quick, guys. We have so much to talk about, especially when it comes to do with United, when it comes to do with, Manchester City and the season they've had, Arsenal and the season they had, Liverpool and the amazing comeback or the amazing first season, amazing first season thing he had. What's his name? Slot. There is a lot to go over today. I don't know if you saw my comment, but Norway got I saw that got a W against Italy. I don't think Italy's recent results have been that good, but regardless, it was a big W for Norway, especially Norway. Everyone is talking about the game. Seriously, I kind of see not like 100%. I don't think it's going to happen like straight away, but I do see Norway, if they keep pumping out talent, like with the likes of Odegaard and Haaland on the team, if they keep pumping up talent like solid role players, I can see Norway doing something similar to a team like Switzerland or Croatia. Those dark horses that you always have in your big international competitions. I remember not a few years ago, it was in 2022 for the World Cup. I had Serbia as one of the dark horses, and that's because that Serbia team, although they didn't have like any like super like top 5 players in the world, you just had a bunch of solid players, and Serbia didn't end up doing anything special. But my point was, when you have a team with a bunch of solid players, they can always do some damage. So I see a team like um, Norway with the development they're having, with having world class players. You can make the argument that Haaland is the best player in the world. 2 years ago, Haaland should have won the Ballon d'Or. Odegaard, one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Now with Kevin De Bruyne gone, you can make the argument for Odegaard being the best midfielder in the Premier League. You know, Rodri's still there, Foden's still there, but Odegaard's definitely on that. Oh, I thought Bellingham scored there. I thought Bellingham scored. We're not even a minute in. Yeah, but Odegaard's definitely in the mix. When you have those extremely talented players and you slot them in with other great role players, you have a team that's able to create damage. Because as long as the other guys can hold the opposition, to just a few goals or to no goals at all, you allow your best players to to do damage. Because again, in international competitions, individuality is a big thing. In international competitions, there's always that thing of like how do you say, where the best players can always come through. You think about Portugal in 2016. Portugal in 2016 had a horrible tournament. It wasn't until the quarterfinals where Portugal picked up. Portugal's best games in the 2016 Euros was the quarterfinals and the semifinals. The round of 16 was shaky. The group stage was absolutely horrible, with Portugal finishing third in a group they could have won. And the finals was very shaky. That's the thing. When you're in these international competitions, because they're so short, you can rely on moments of brilliance. And that's my whole point. If Norway can keep it together, they're gonna allow Haaland and Odegaard to have those moments of brilliance. And those two players, with the amount of talent they have, those moments of brilliance can easily come. But that was just a bit of a rant. that was just a bit of a rant on how Norway can become a. I don't think I'm not going to call them a superpower just yet. That would be unfair, because what I just said about having role players in your team. You look at a team like France, but you look at a team like England, you look at a team like Spain. And Spain and England and France, they don't have, and even Germany, they don't have role players in each position. Every single player from the starting 11 in those teams is arguably the best player in that position. So I don't think Norway is going to be able to compete with that anytime soon. You can make an argument that Reece James on his day is the best left back in the Premier League. You can make an argument that Bellingham last year could have won the Ballon d'Or. Harry Kane, Foden, Rice. Then you go back to Spain, you've got Lamine Yamal. The way Ozzy Bayal was playing yesterday, he's not the best striker in the world. When you have pieces that fit together, that's what happens. So I don't think Norway's going to get to that level anytime soon. But again, my whole point is just that when you have world class players that you can rely on in the that you can rely on moments of brilliance, if you can surround them with good role players, then they can cause some damage. 4 minutes in, and so far England haven't done anything special. But once again, we're only 4 minutes in. 4:54 to be exact. Although I'm like 50 seconds behind. Who keeps track of these sofa score times? I don't think anyone has ever been like at the same time as the sofa score times. Times are always super far forward. Pardon me. Good ball there. Palmer offside. Someone was offside. I don't know if it was Palmer, but someone was offside. All right, let's talk about something else. Next topic. I kind of like these. That's another reason why I like going live. Just able to waffle about anything. Good ball there, Palmer. Oh, another very interesting thing. I just realized Palmer playing as the number 10 on the team. and Bellingham slotting in as the number 8. Arguably, something they should have done in the Euros. You can make the argument that in the Euros, they should have played Bellingham as the number 8. They should have played Rice next to him, and they should have had Palmer or Foden in the middle. Because Bellingham, as great, but at the same time, like the year Bellingham was having was just crazy. Good ball there, Bellingham on the ball. How did that? How was that not a goal? Again, and this is what we were talking about before the game. Andorra, there was one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. There were 7 players inside the box then. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7 players inside the box just then. It's going to be very tough for England to, break their opposition down. Let me not say very tough. It's going to be challenging. I still think England win this game quite comfortably, but it's how they do it. Are they relying on moments of brilliance like they did during the Southgate era? Saka scoring that goal against Switzerland. Bellingham bailing them out in the group stage. Are we going to be relying on that moments of brilliance, or are we going to see a team that plays under a system that works? A system that you don't rely on any one player. A system where you can, if Harry Kane is having a downtime, if he's not having a very good time or a very good tournament, you can swap him out with Watkins, do it at the right time, and you're still impactful. This is what I want to see from England. I want to see a system. I don't want to see individual players just, individual players having moments of brilliance, because we know this team has great players. We know what a lot of these individual players are capable in this England team. I want to see a proper fluid system. And so far, the tactic of having Curtis Jones on the team, it kind of makes sense, because this is what you get with Curtis Jones. You're able to play him very high up. Andorra are going to sit down. Okay, so we're going to use more bodies up front. On the build-up phase, we're going to have 3 at the back, which is what England's doing. Bellingham still on the ball. Bellingham, nothing there. We're going to have 3 at the back on our build-up phase, and we'll have Curtis Jones as high up as possible. Bellingham there, very good footwork. Good job going into the box, gets the cross in, but again, cross doesn't rely on anything. Oh. Truth, I think Norway's most important strengths is their collective, plus their offensive stars. But obviously, Norway will never be a Brazil, Germany, or Italy level national team. But hopefully, we will qualify to a group stage. But yeah, nothing to say more about that. Regardless, it would be huge for Norway to qualify, of course. I kind of forgot Norway was playing earlier on. Otherwise, I'll just stream that as well. We've got I've got every weekend free from now on, so we can definitely start streaming more. And then you see here, like Andorra could have had a counter attack, and they only had 3 players up front. It was 3v3 for England. It's like, what does that happen? It's like Andorra, even when they have the ball, they still keep everyone back, because they know that one counter attack and that's it, game over. Bellingham, good switch. It's just good seeing Reece James play football as well. It's been a minute. International football, that is. Okay, there, free kick for England. Dangerous position. Very close to a corner. Very close to being a corner, that is. Once again, I appreciate all of you guys watching right now. Much, much appreciated. If you're gonna be watching the Nations League tomorrow as well, make sure to subscribe, because we're gonna be on that. Palmer there, good cross. What are those 2 doing on the floor? And the ref, the ref just ignored it. Nice. The ref didn't care at all. Do they have VAR in these qualifiers? I don't think they do. Yeah, same thing again. England's building up with three. When it's time to build up, you've got the two centre backs stretching out. You've got Reece James tucking in, and you have Curtis Jones going far high, going nice and high, going all the way up, which is interesting to say the least. Definitely interesting. Bellingham there, good control on the ball. Bellingham. That's the thing about Bellingham. He's not. He doesn't have nowhere near the class or how do you say aesthetics of like a Palmer or Foden on the ball, but he's just effective. He doesn't glide like a Foden or a Palmer glide throughout the pitch, but he's just effective in what he does. Henderson on the ball, can he switch? I keeps it calm. Curtis Jones, effectively, when England have the ball, he's just a right winger. And Madueke tucks into on the left, actually. Reece James there, Henderson. England are definitely going to have more of the ball in this game. Again, oh, good ball there, Curtis Jones. Corner. Great tackle there from Andorra. England are definitely going to have more of the ball in this game. Again, we're trying to see what does that look like in terms of quality on the ball. You have more of the ball. What does that translate into? Interesting. I also feel like Rogers and Madueke are just going to be left to do whatever they want. They can switch whenever they want. It just looks like they've been given a lot of freedom. Madueke still on the ball. Good save. I even think Brandon, not Brandon, Morgan Rogers is going to tuck in a lot more. He's going to tuck in a lot more. No, he isn't. So far, he isn't. He's playing on that right hand side. I'm just looking at the players. Can you guys see? Yeah, you guys can see the players' heat maps. Yeah, Curtis Jones definitely playing a lot on that right hand side. You've got Ezri Concert, meant to be a centre back, but he's definitely on that right hand side. You've got Burn definitely more centrally. With when England have the ball, Thingy takes his spots. Concert takes Jones' spot. You've got Reece James tucking in when England have the ball as well. I don't know. It looks pretty fluid to me. I don't know. I don't know why I also thought Rodgers was playing more centrally. I mean, he's playing quite central because when England have the ball, there's really no need for him to be playing, far up high on the right because you've got Curtis Jones on in this area, so it allows him to, as we see here, float around. Good ball. Just no one there. Allows him to float around, and that just means England have more players, more creative players in the middle. You've got Palmer. You've got some of the best talent that England have on the ball. Rogers, Palmer, and Bellingham all playing in the middle. Curtis Jones playing right up on the right, and Madueke just, sticking to the left. Not a bad setup. I like it. You can tell he thought about it. It wasn't just let me just put the big names 11 out like we would get with Southgate. Southgate's tactics were let me put the biggest 11 out, the biggest names out, or let me just sit back. Or against big teams, it was just about being able to sit back. Not the case with what's his name, with Tuchel. Hopefully, that's not the case with Tuchel. Hopefully, with Tuchel, we see a lot more tactical fluidity because when England go up against a team like France, Spain, Harry Kane, they good switch to Madueke. Madueke, they good acceleration. Still on the ball. Cuts in. Nothing. Oh, and another thing England also missed during the Euros were those explosive wingers. You know, Saka is quite explosive, but Saka is best with the ball at his feet, cutting in. We needed England. I'm saying we, England needed um, those wingers that like a Rashford or Madueke that were just able to go down the wing full speed. That would have really opened up the game. Like to be fair, they had Anthony Gordon on the squad, and Southgate barely used him. So I feel like for this tournament as well, yes, you do want your Cole Palmers on the team, your Rogers, your Fodens. You definitely want those guys on the team, but you also want your more athletic wingers on the team. Again, it's just about having tactical fluidity. Just allows to break teams down differently. Palmer there, well done. Short corner, and nothing off that. Absolutely nothing off that. That's a shame. Another corner for England. Oh, this is going to be it the whole game. How many corners have we had so far? England so far 6 corners. We're not even 30 minutes in, and they've already had 6 corners, 7 corners with this one. Oh my, it's going to be a long game. If England keep doing this thing of just putting in crosses, it's not going to work. Just slapping in crosses for the sake of slapping in crosses during the game is not going to work against this Andorra team. Like on one of the first plays of the game, they had how do you say 7 players inside the box. 7 players inside the box. One of the first plays of the game. Like that is not going to like just slapping in crosses is not going to work. Madueke is on the ball. There you go. Something like this. Oh, Madueke, they could run. Rogers, poor touch. Harry Kane. How did England not score that? Harry Kane missing the ball twice. No, he missed the ball and then he just missed an open goal there. Madueke, there, fantastic work. Great run. Good cross as well. Harry Kane misses the ball. Then Rogers, Curtis Jones keeps the ball in. So both the left wing and the right back both working extremely hard to keep the ball in, and both times Harry Kane couldn't make it happen. And just now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just now, as I said, putting in because it's not going to work. Just now, Andorra had 5 players in front of their goal, in front of their line. And when I mean in front of the line, I mean literally line. 5 players slapping in crosses for the sake of slapping in crosses is not going to work. This is where we need to see that tactic fluidity. This is where, how do you say? This is where we need to see England again, seeing how is able to break these teams down. Because it started with breaking these. I, I don't want to call them lesser competition, but it starts with breaking these teams down, and you need to be able to break these teams down because what happens is when you, how do you say it? When you go and play your Spain's, your Portugal, your France's, your Germany's, teams of players that can actually hit you on the counter, you have to be able to break them down. And this is good practice. This is very good practice. Just now, again, as Harry Kane was about to score, we had 5 players in front of England's goal, in front of Andorra's goal line. That's a horrible pass. Who made that pass? That was horrible. Okay, when I made my prediction of England winning 6-0, that was me thinking that they were not going to struggle with breaking this team down. That was my thought process. My thought process was England, or there's no way England's going to struggle to break this team down. I might have been wrong. By the way, Tottenham won Europe. Fred, don't tell me about that. Don't tell me about Tottenham winning the Europa League. That's going to bring bad memories, mate. So, by the way, Tottenham won the Europa League, even faced Bodo Glimt from Norway in the semis. Uh, yeah, Andrew got fired. Obviously, he got fired mainly because of the low table position in the PL, but still, yeah, I'm sorry. Finishing 17th in the Premier League, I don't blame Levy for sacking him. Would I have sacked Ange? No, because he just won me my first trophy in like 100 years. I would have never sacked Ange. Even as I, that's because it's like a double-edged sword. Yes, they were horrible in the league, but like they won the Europa League. Yeah, they won you. He finished in 17th. He still got you Champions League football. Yes, they were horrible in the league, but we got Champions League football nonetheless. That's kind of impressive. It's but again double-edged sword. It's kind of impressive, but at the same time, it's embarrassing. So, uh, sorry, sheesh, I forgot my new one in the final as well. My bad, bro. Yeah, no, that fan was just so forgettable. The football played was forgettable. The season both teams had was forgettable. The actual game was forgettable. Just horrible, horrible, horrible moment. A horrible moment in time. That should have never happened. I digress. Once again, I appreciate all of you guys watching. Thank you very much. If you want to watch more live streams, we'll be doing a lot more of those this summer. Leave a comment, subscribe, share, do all these things. Let me guess, you're a Man United fan that doesn't come from Manchester. And you are spot on. Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm in a let's go for Manchester. Then that's the thing. I don't really get that. Why do you have to? Because why do you have to be from a city to support that club? If that was the case, you would never have. Um, or at least Real Madrid would never be as popular as they are. You know, we're talking about global teams. Like they would never be as popular as they are, and that would also affect the team's revenue. Like if you think about it, if only the teams, or if you're only allowed to support a team from the city you're from, that would definitely affect the team's revenues. Yeah, it is a double-edged sword. On one hand, Tottenham did terrible in the league, but on the other hand, they won the EPL. So they won the Europa League and qualified for Champions League next year, but still second is understandable. Support your local team. Okay, and what team? Yeah, most Bucks and Real fans are not even from those cities. Like it's generally it is a minority of Barca and Real Madrid fans that support these teams. Like I'll tell you right now, most Real Madrid and Barcelona fans, like a big majority of that fan base, come from Africa. You don't understand like the love and how do you say and rivalry that there is in Africa between Barcelona and Real Madrid fans. United have such a big fan base in America as well, and I feel like that's what makes the sports beautiful. And then you go to other sports like basketball, etc. Like you have so many fans from different countries. I digress. Um, to your point, Ant, I would say if you support actually, I agree because when it comes to international football, I do support Brazil. I guess I'm shameless like that. I guess I'm shameless like that. But yeah, the country one is where I understand the pushback. If you're talking about if someone is from I don't know, if someone's from China, but when it comes to international football. they support, let's say, Japan. It's like, okay, what are we doing? At that point, I understand. For the most part, clubs, football clubs, it's not like that. There's just too many clubs to only support the club that you live in. Imagine, yeah, imagine you're from, I don't know, let's just use, okay, no disrespect to Bolton, but imagine you're from Bolton. Should you support Bolton for the sake of supporting Bolton, or should you support a team that you like because you like them? You know, I digress. Again, we're 26 minutes in, and England haven't really done anything. Let's look at the stats. Um, they've kept 86% of the ball, but then this here's the issue: 86% of the ball, and the first we're close to half an hour now. They've only created one big chance. They've had 7 shots, 8 corners, but only one big chance. Here's the issue. And it's not like England just came out with their complete B team. Bellingham is playing, Palmer's playing, Harry Kane is playing. A lot of your starters for next year's World Cup, fingers crossed, are playing right now. A lot of the starters you had for last Euros are playing right now. You've had left players coming in like James and etc. You've got Pickford, the main goalkeeper. So it's not like England just completely going through their B team. They're just not able to break the other team now. If England can't beat Andorra, was that, I was actually going to read that out loud. Okay. Yeah, but I don't we really give Tuchel a lot of pushback if England can't beat Andorra. But then it's like if you, I don't want to overreact because it's only a qualifying game. At the same time, it's like, yeah, it's only a qualifying game. We should be able to beat teams uh, by 6 goals. That's my main prediction at the start of the game, 6-0. Have Andorra even had a shot on target yet? I mean, a shot at all? Yeah, Andorra have had one shot. They've had one shot. But yeah, a draw in this situation, it is a loss, in my opinion. So yeah, could England lose? Yeah, realistically, England could lose. I don't think they're going to lose, but England lose. I don't think they will lose. But a draw in this game to me counts as a loss because a team like England should not be dropping 2 points. This is not what you want to drop 2 points. Good switch. There needs to be way more inside play with this England team. This is why I wanted Pep Guardiola to retire to leave City and come to England because I know what Pep will do with the talent he has on this England team. And this time he wouldn't have to spend any money. We're just like, here you go. Here's this team, some of the best players in the world. Go out there and do what you do best. You know, it's like for England, is trying to break the team down a lot from the wings. There's a lot of side to side action. There should be more play from the middle. You need to get Cole Palmer more involved. You need to get Rogers more through the middle. You need to get Bellingham more involved. It needs to be more through the middle. A lot of side to side action, nothing really happening. As we saw, 86% possession, um, 7 shots. Curtis, I mean, Rogers there, fantastic. Good footwork. Is it to Kane? Is that not a penalty? No, it's not. Was that Rogers? Yeah, it was Rogers. Great footwork there. Harry Kane inside the box. Ah, no, he gets the ball. He gets the ball first. I don't know. I kind of like this right hand side of Rogers and Curtis Jones. They still need to do a bit more, but I like it. You're seeing it right now. That right hand side is completely for attacking purposes. And they're now on the counter. They're on the counter, and they only have 4 players past the halfway mark. What is going on? They barely had four players. They had three really. Barely four players past the halfway mark. Once again, I appreciate all of you guys watching. Gonna be doing a lot more streams, but we move. Not one good, not one glimpse of. These pass completion difference is crazy. 240 passes to 32 in the first half an hour. England are completely dominating possession, but aren't able to do anything with it. Madueke there, cutting through the middle. Madueke, still Rogers, it's in the box now. Good job. Madueke, fantastic. Yeah, out of the last 10 minutes, that was the only bit of inspiration we saw then from Madueke, trying to make something happen finally. But again, this is what I said at the start of the game. It's still early on for what's his name for Tuchel, so I'm not going to criticize him too much just now. But there's a lot of not there's a lot of nothing. I said that I didn't want to see a lot of moments of individual brilliance. I wanted to see more a fluid system. You know, a system where England were able to break the team down by playing through the middle, you know, not just going through the wings, not getting a bunch of empty crosses into the box. I wanted to see a fluid system. And so far, a fluid system is not there. It has just been swing from side to side, hope something happens. Ball on the left, swing it to the right. Ball on the right, swing it to the left. We need to see more action through the middle. And that's what Madueke tried to do not too long from now. I mean, yeah, not long ago, I mean. He got the ball, tried to cut through the middle. Didn't really, nothing really happened. But again, it's that triangle stuff. It's that triangle stuff that's going to make the difference for England. I saw recently that Brazil are not doing too good in the World Cup qualifiers. Culture Cams did a video on it saying that maybe Brazil kind of like the quality style from the past. Thoughts? They definitely don't have the style from the past. I feel like it's a mixture of both. It's like Brazil don't have the same quality they used to have, and their identity, their football playing identity is not there either. It's like let me just quickly go over the Brazilian squad. It's like 2014 when Brazil didn't win the World Cup. Yes, there are different reasons you can point to as to why Brazil didn't win, but at the same time, it's like that team was extremely talented. You had Thiago Silva and David Luiz. Sorry, the football and nothing happens. And David Silva and David Luiz in the middle and the centre back pairing. You had Neymar coming from the left. You had the actually what the midfield was like. I feel like you did have Oscar in there. That my point is Brazil had a very balanced squad. The squad is still quality right now, but it's not to the same standards of England, or same standard as an English squad or a French team or a Spanish team, and especially the Spanish team. I even think the Spanish team doesn't have the same amount of quality as England or France or even Germany for that matter. But Spain have such a fluid system, and that's what I mean by having a system. The way Spain were able to break France down in that first half on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, it was beautiful to watch. Spain is the best international team to watch right now. Brazil don't have anything of Brazil don't have anything like that. Like Brazil don't have the Brazil remind me of England. Actually, not even England. England have a more talented squad. Brazil are in this place right now, but they don't have the same amount of talent they used to have, and at the same time, they have no football playing identity. And like the kind of the players that you need to come through right now are not really there. Hopefully, Cunha can come through, but Brazil could also do with a proper striker. They could do with you know, being less inconsistent. It's like who's going to be the go-to guy for Brazil this summer? Is it going to be Vinny? And next summer is it going to be Vinny? Is it going to be Rafinha? And Rafinha and Vinny going to be able to sustain this performance for next season? There's still talent in that Brazil squad. You know, Alisson, arguably the best goalkeeper in the world. You still have Marquinhos and Gabriel Magalhães as your centre back pairing. You still have Bruno Guimaraes in the middle. Man, but let's say you've got the Bruno, then you have to go to Andre Santos, Andres Pereira, Jerson. I don't know, man. Yeah. When it comes to the Brazil problem, I think it's a mixture of both. Lias from the SDS boys did a video on Brazil from this qualifiers too, speaking about the same things. I think they got a point to a certain degree, but I hope Brazil qualifies to a World Cup. Yeah, a World Cup without Brazil, that that would be horrible. That would be such a sad thing to go through. A World Cup needs Brazil. That's like having like a basketball Olympics without the USA. It just doesn't feel the same. The other thing about the World Cup is that you want the best teams there, but right now, if Brazil aren't one of the best teams, what can we do? Reece James, their horrible pass. Good recovery there from I think that was Curtis Jones. Once again, side to side action, nothing really happening. Reece James again, horrible pass. What is he doing? Cole Palmer has been dead quiet for the last 15 minutes. This is what I mean. With England are not playing through the middle enough. Just a lot of side to side action. Swing the ball. This is pendulum football. Bellingham there, good footwork from Bellingham. Can he pass the ball inside? Rogers, fantastic footwork. This is what England need. Rogers there, fantastic footwork. Fantastic footwork. And this is what I was talking about. You need players like Rogers and Palmer and Bellingham making things happen, either inside the box or more towards the middle. Swinging the ball from side to side to Madueke and Curtis Jones is not going to help anyone. That's exactly what I want. They want England to be as far away as possible from their box. Bellingham there, good pass, good 1-2. I appreciate what Roger's trying to do. He's trying to make Rogers fantastic. Try to lay it up there for Hurricane and Palmer, but it's like England had three players inside the the small box, and then Andorra had four. It's tight margins right now. Content there gets a free kick. I truly hope the game tomorrow it will be better. Spain are always a joy to watch, but Portugal Spain tomorrow hopefully is going to be a much better game than this. France Germany is also going to be a better game than this. England, jeez, man. Not even one goal. Not one goal. Come on, man. Before the first half, give us at least something to root for. Anderson, but there, Rogers. Uh, It's hard because Rogers he's trying to think what he's gonna do with the ball, and I was as he was thinking straight away, two players close down on him. I remember from the PC3 days, I had the Australian Galacticos podcast goes on. These were great times, the vibes and banter, etc. Oh yeah, bro. Honestly, those are probably my favorite times talking about football. It was amazing. Still, my favorite time was when Yusuf was telling us about the Ghanaian Messi. That was the most fun I ever had making content. I was definitely like I was dying laughing. Mars was dying laughing. Louis was dying laughing. You know, sometimes in life, even though things are working well, people find other things, better things. You know, people move on. You have to move on as well. That's what happens. If I could bring it back, I'll definitely bring it back. Good switch there, Mad. Wait, I was talking about trying not to play from side to side, but that was a great vertical ball. If we're gonna play good transition vertical balls like that, that's fine. Palmer just looks lost in this game. Trying to see what Palmer really lost in this team. He just looks lost. I don't know what to say. There needs to be more action in the middle, like a quick 1-2 to break the other team down, then running behind. There's not a lot of action in the middle. And I'm saying this, and it's tight right now. Andorra have like five players, 5, 7 players in the middle. They're defending very well. Andorra are doing a fantastic, like, instead of just like criticizing England, let me give Andorra their flowers. In the first half so far, there's still like 2 minutes to go, but Andorra so far, really done a number on England in terms of just holding them to playing outside of their box. Not even just outside of the box, leaving them no space in the middle whatsoever. Because if you give a guy like Rodgers, as we've seen already in the tight space, he's extremely dangerous. We know what Palmer can do. We know what Palmer can do. You give these guys a little bit of space in the middle, you make something happen. And so far, you've been given zero space. For you're going to miss Modric, though, it's said that he's leaving. That's it, man. It's like good things just keep ending. Good ball there, Rodgers. Don't just try and cross the ball when you got someone on you, man. I feel like that moment there from Rodgers kind of just like emphasized like this whole first half. And Andorra have really locked down England in terms of their ability to play through the middle. Play through the middle, get inside the box. They've not been able to do any of that. You have to give them their flowers. Treat everything in its own time, but there's also new beginnings. But obviously, the memories and moments will still live on forever, in my opinion. Wise words, my friend. Wise words. That little Curtis experiment. Oh my God. Horrible pass there from the middle. Counter attack from Andorra. Andorra are not going to score a goal in this game. I don't care how bad England play. Andorra will not score a goal in this game. They don't have the quality on the ball to make things happen. Finally get a counter, as we saw now, a two-players past their box. And Cole Palmer was able to track back and win the ball back. Sorry, that was Henderson. Was able to track back and win the ball back. Andorra will not score a goal in this game, no matter what happens. England can keep swinging the ball from side to side. Andorra will not score. In my opinion, if I have to tell you something, Andorra does not want to score. If this game ends in a draw, Andorra will have gained 1 point and England will have lost 2 points. because it benefits Andorra to draw against England. A team that has been to in the last four major competitions, they've been to two finals and two semi-finals. For Andorra to draw against this team would be fantastic. They've got England have some of the best football players in the world. So Andorra right now are doing a fantastic job. England, on the other hand, are doing a poor job. Henderson, horrible pass. Bellingham, Palmer, Madueke, Bellingham, save. So finally, England were able to make something happen. Shot on target. And this is what I literally said. You need to try and go through the middle. Bellingham there passes the ball to Madueke. Madueke gets inside the box, puts the ball back to Bellingham. This is what they need to do. They need to try and get the ball through the middle. Playing the ball from side to side is not going to help anyone. Try and get through the middle. Try and get a one to like Bellingham and Madueke just did there. This is the way to go. And that resulted in a shot on target. It's not a goal. It's not a super dangerous chance, but at least it is a shot on target. That's something England have been struggling with in this whole first half. Is trying to get the ball and trying to make the goalkeeper even tremble a little bit. But it's half time now. Let's look at the numbers. England in the first half, 83% possession, still have were only able to create one big chance. I'd say two. After that header from Bellingham, they've had 10 total shots, 8 corners, 383 passes compared to 80 passes from Andorra. And so far, the only chance right here that counts as a big chance for um, England was that shot I think Bellingham had at the start of the game. That is it. England, yeah, out of the 10 shots, only 4 have been on target. And really and truly, there was only, again, that big chance at the start of the game for Bellingham. So nothing special at all. Very uninspiring. Very, I was going to say uncharacteristic, but to be honest, with this England team, this is kind of in character. It's like a team with a lot of talented players, but without identity right now in this first half. We were talking about this game, and when we first started, we were talking about this. We were talking about how England were going to be able to build on Tuchel's vision for this team. What was going to be Tuchel's vision for the team? Like what type of fluidity were we going to see? What type of attacking football we were going to see? As I said, towards the end of the first half, with the way Andorra are playing football, they will not score a goal. Andorra are not playing football to score goals. They just want to draw. That's it. If they can keep the game 0-0, happy days. That's what they want. Very, very poor performance. But I digress. By the way, another wise quote: 90 minutes at the Bernabeu is a long time, bro. Yes, it is. Not this season, though. Not this season. And let Barcelona tell it. If Barcelona have anything to say about this, they'll probably tell you the 90 minutes at the Bernabeu is a good time. Not this year. And we're talking about PSG at the start of the stream. It's like you can't talk about PSG this season without talking about Mbappe. You can't talk about PSG this season without talking about Mbappe. His big plan, his big move. I'm finally gonna go to Real Madrid. Finally gonna make it happen. Only for PSG to finally be able to win it. PSG should be over the moon. They're able to save money and still win the Champions League. They're able to get rid of Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar, and finally win the Champions League. Best players in the world, best player of all time. All those guys can do anything. This is what I mean about systems. Having big name players in one team does not make it a team. It's just a group of footballers. A team needs an identity, they need a style of football. That's what makes a team. And again, with PSG, with those three guys, and England, to be fair, right now, it is a group of football players. This is not a team. Teams know what they are doing. They've got an identity, and they know what they need to go. Then they know what they need to do to go on and win. This England team, no identity. They have no style of football. They've got no fluidity. Nothing of the sort. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. In England, who's on the bench? Let's see who's on the bench. Let's see who can come in the game. You've got Anthony Gordon. Mm, You've got yeah. I feel like a game like this, you need a player like Eze. You need someone like who in tight spaces is able to make things happen. I like Anthony Gordon. The thing is that for him to be able to really exploit his, for him to be really be able to exploit his pace, you need Andorra to kind of step forward a little bit. Andorra are not going to do that. Andorra are not going to do that. Yeah, they show Madueke now. He had a good first half. Very good first half of Madueke. If I'm going back into this team, I'm probably thinking of getting as in. Palmer has been a no-show. Palmer has been an absolute no-show. Now again, it has been tough for it has been tough to play through the middle. You know, the best excuse me, the best chances have come through the wings. Like it's come from that little bit of footwork from Rogers. It's come from those runs Madueke was making. Like Madueke has made like 3 runs that have resulted in like a bit of threat at least. But it's like yet again, there's not a lot of Palmer to disrespect for the middle. I don't know. I'll probably give Palmer another 15 minutes, and then I'll think about getting Eze in because this is a game where a player like Eze can strive. Because Eze is fantastic in close spaces. He's a fantastic driver of the ball. You'd want to get a player in like that. Again, Gordon, great footballer. In a game like this where you can really exploit space, I don't see how Gordon can be a lot of use to you. I really like Trent as well, but just slapping in balls into the box in a game like this is not going to work. Yeah, at every one time, whenever England have the ball, this Andorra team is prepared to put 7 men inside the box. That's no exaggeration. They are ready to put 7 men behind the box. True, it didn't go as everyone expected to go, but regardless, Real Madrid are football heritage, in my opinion. Um, all respect to them. At least they are decent enough to not have referee controversy like Barcelona. Well, if you ask Barcelona fans, they probably say otherwise. Also, I saw a stat where Real Madrid has had way more disallowed goals than Barca since Barca came to La Liga. Even Barca fans should admit that, or else we lose our reputation, which we brought it on ourselves, though. You know, something we seriously need to talk about is Lamine Yamal. Oh my God, I've not made a video in a second. Oh, if we're talking about the best footballer in the world right now, yeah, Rafinha's putting up numbers, but the things Lamine Yamal is doing, oh, he's the best footballer to watch right now. Lamine Yamal, at 17 years old, is the most entertaining footballer to watch, and his numbers are there to back it up. Let me get a Lamine Yamal video on. I'm pretty sure I can do it. That shouldn't be a problem. Let's watch it. As we're waiting for halftime, Let's watch a Yamal video. Give me a sec, guys. Just bear with me.
Youngest to play in La Liga, youngest to score, youngest to assist, youngest to play for Barca. Like, it's just crazy what he's done. He's broken all those records. He's the youngest. Lamine Yamal, aka the youngest.
There you go. Now, at the minute, I'm using my other screen.
What are we witnessing?
I can't really make
This kid, he's already world class. This is unreal.
Danny Rodriguez, the man chasing. It's Lamine Yamal. What a magnificent goal that is!
Both as one of the main players.
Lamine Yamal. Nice
Lamine Yamal.
goal!
Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't doing what Lamine Yamal was doing at the same age. Rooney not doing what he was doing. Messi the same. Neymar, Mbappe, Owen,
He's not like
R9,
yeah. We were talking about
Zidane,
a lot of Lamine Yamal, like
Ronaldinho. These
how
guys,
good
none of
he
them were
was.
doing what this guy is doing
this
at
shit.
this
The
level
numbers are
as
just
consistent.
ridiculous. The numbers. Sorry, the numbers and the Lamine Yamal. Look at that goal against last Sunday. Look at that goal against France again on Thursday. Look at the against Inter Milan. This leg looked like a Neymar region. Insane. He's almost had 50 goals.
Still going. And finding Rafinha. It's superb. It really is. Delicate dancing feet.
Always think that there's no way that someone's going to be better than
Must
Ronaldo
be
and
the
Messi.
most
And in my time, you're like Pele,
entertaining
Maradona, or
right
whatever.
now.
We can put Zidane. We can put
Yes,
a lot of people
Rafinha has
in that you
numbers,
outline or
like,
whatever.
he has better
And then Lamine Yamal
Yeah.
arrives.
Ben Sabani has come out to meet
This
him.
guy's better numbers.
Play by
A
Lamine
lot of
Yamal.
players out there.
This is nice skill.
The ball is good.
Good, yeah,
Lost on the ball.
inside the penalty
Even
box.
like
Going past both of
this
them.
ball can,
Superb touch
once
again.
again, it's not always about the
Lamine
puck.
Yamal.
Look
The
really
referee's played
beautifully, but
advantage, and
at the start of the
Lamine
game was a
has
bit
found
slow.
power. Big
Hey, Lamine
full
was
of
good.
confidence. Lamine Yamal roaring forward and still going.
Wonderful.
Lamine again unstoppable. Lamine, brilliant run, jinking. Here is Lamine Yamal teasing, jinking, giving it to Danny Olmo, who lifts it into space.
We know this player's
This guy's playing.
He's got Lamine
Really
Yamal.
fixed the keeper.
Lamine Yamal. And Lamine Yamal into the roof of the net. He scored his first goal in a Classico. Off the crossbar.
I don't think having more penalties for Lamine Yamal than anything was in this game. It's going to get like slow jarring.
There's the celebration. The Lamine machine has leveled the Here's Lamine with the shots.
You know who hates Lamine Yamal? Good Mbappe. Mbappe has been embarrassing Mbappe these last some the Euros. Wins the league over him.
And let me tell you,
destroys
every
Real
time he
Madrid
touches the
so
ball,
fast through.
something good
Time after
happens.
time
Something
after
productive
season.
happens. He has been Barcelona's best player and most consistent player.
Like,
Again, we're talking about a
not
16-year-old.
anything.
That's what's special, is that the moment may be big to others and may be big to most, but not to him. And then there's a quality with that left foot. There's a touch. There is a willingness to run at people. There's a lot to like about Lamine Yamal. Productivity, individual productivity, part of a group, knows what his role is, and he's doing it very well.
If this guy stays fit, this guy doesn't have any injury problems, there is no reason why he can't be, not the, but maybe if, one of the best players you've ever seen.
Lamine Yamal, still Lamine Yamal, still Lamine.
Still half time. Can't wait.
That could so easily have been 2-0. Once again, Lamine Yamal's pace. Takes him past 1, 2 challenges.
I guess when we talk about who's going to be the player of this generation, he's a name that is very much at the top of this list, Jamie.
Yes, he is. I mean, what he did in the summer was just, I mean, it's probably one of the greatest stories you'll see in the history of the game.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
No, I don't think we've ever seen any of that. Any of us. You know, to think that he's doing what he's doing is already great. But if you think about his age, it's just...
Back into the pitch, we're about to restart the second half. Let me get the FIFA score thingy up again. Do we have any changes in the teams? First of all, that is quite important. Do we have any changes? Look. Something wrong with my thingy. Pardon me. Yeah, so far it looks like no changes. Everyone's still in. I want to see how long it takes to help to put Eze in. That's what I want to see. I'll give Palmer 15 more minutes. And then we're done. Everyone in the stream are much appreciated. And if you would like to give a like, subscribe, or share, then everyone are welcome to do so. Thanks again. I appreciate you, Frederick. You're a real one, my friend. Even now, Andorra on the counter, they just don't look at that shot. Oh my god. Andorra are horrible. This is one of the worst football teams I've ever seen in my life. Andorra are horrible. Respectfully, but at the same time, I've not said anything bad to and I've not said anything mean about anyone. This team is bad at football. What is that shot? Curtis. Good job, Curtis. I don't know why England is taking too long to come out of the ball against Andorra, man. But I will give Andorra this: their defending in this game has been exceptional. Their pressing has been good, and their ability to just sit back as well. This has also been good. They've done a great job so far. At the end of the stream, I'll also be dropping a link for anyone that wants to come up and talk for a little bit. I'll stay over for half an hour. If anyone wants to come on the screen and talk a little bit, we'll do that as well. If not, just end the stream. I'll start doing that from now on. I'll leave the link up and I'll leave it up for 15 minutes if anyone wants to come in. If no one wants to come in, then I'll end it after that. But I'm going to start doing that at the end of every stream. So if you want to come up and have a chat about football or whatever, just be sure to wait to the end. Or come back at the end. Your choice, really. Madueke, Reece James. I mean, yeah, slightly better. That was slightly better. That's another thing. We need to see more of these diagonal balls into the box. You know, someone's on the left hand side. Let's see a run from the right, and vice versa. Because the last 10 minutes of the first half, it was a lot better. England were getting to the box a lot better, but between the 10th minute and the 10th and the 35-minute mark, it was very slow football being played. It was a lot of side to side, a lot of pendulum football, nothing really happening. Long ball, Madueke, unlucky. If I'm let's put it this way, just if you're not watching the game right now, just to let you know how bad um Andorra are playing right now. If Andorra get one shot on target in the second half, I'll be surprised. Good ball there, Kane. And then that's the thing. When England can finally play through the middle, like this ball Rogers played to Kane, they're too fragmented. Madueke there, good job. Madueke cross. Again, these crosses are not going to work. No one the other team has 7 man inside the box. It's going to work. Just crossing the ball is not going to work. And now I'm beginning to get a bit worried. This game might end up 0-0. Like seriously, this game might end up 0-0. Sorry, bro, I was distracted, but could you please repeat what you said about chatting, shooting terms of the stream? Sorry, bro. No, it's just that from now on, Madueke, Kane, there you go. Finally, they score. There you go. I was talking about England not being able to score, but they just that's good. It was a bit messy. It was a bit messy, but it finally happened. Sorry, bro, I was distracted, but could you repeat what you said about chatting footy in terms of the stream? Sorry, bro. Now, just saying, at the end of the stream, I'm gonna have from now on because we're gonna be doing more streams. I'm gonna have like 15 minutes. I'll drop the link in the chat. If anyone wants to come up and talk a bit of football, we'll definitely do that. Did you mean there was a link to talk more? Yeah. We'll do that at the end. We'll do that at the end. If there are more people on the stream, I'll do it now, but we'll do it at the end. And literally what I said, like these balls of Saka is not going to work. There needs to be more diagonal. England play a diagonal ball, and what happens? They score. Harry Kane and Madueke there. Great effort. I was getting worried that this game was going to end up 0-0, and I mean it. England already won. England have already won this game. This game might now end up 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, I don't know. But Andorra will not make anything happen. They're not going to score. And as I said, if they get one shot on target in the second half, I'll be surprised. Some of the worst football I've ever watched in my life from Andorra. Like no quality on the ball. Defensively, they were very good in the first half, but at the same time, England were not very inspired. They're good defending in the first half, and second half they go out. It's that simple. I know it's only been one game, but I've really liked what I've seen from Madueke. You look at a player like Madueke, the way he's played today. I don't know if he starts for England straight away, but you see in a game where it's a bit tight, like against a team like Spain or something like that, it's a bit tight. England can't create as much. You put a player like Madueke in, he's able to put in, and he's able to cause some real damage. When you have tired legs, Madueke is one of the last players in the world you want to go up against. He is relentless. So far, Madueke has definitely ticked a box towards that 11, the 26-man squad, 24, however many that is. But again, that's the weird thing about the World Cup as well. It's next summer. These players still have a full season to perform or underperform. Knock on wood, no one gets injured as well. But there's still a full season ahead of us. Anything could happen. Bellingham, they're horrible pass. What was he thinking? Was that even Bellingham? It was Bellingham. No, it wasn't Bellingham. It was Konsa. My bad. Bellingham's the number 10. And that's the other thing. I forgot to mention this in the first half, but we needed to see Harry Kane dropping a bit more. We need to see Harry Kane drop in a bit more. When a team is playing that tight to you, if Harry Kane can drop in and create something, or at least drop in and allow one of the centre backs to come with him and create a chance then, because you've got Rodgers and Palmer to make things happen. Harry Kane was too close to the centre backs in the first half, and that did not help at all. Having Harry Kane play a bit, not deeper, but come out of his line more often than not, that's definitely going to. And it has helped us pretty much how the goal happened. Harry Kane got off position, and England were able to create something. But that needs to be happening a lot more if they're going to get a second goal in. Fun fact, I was born just a few months after Norway the last time we were in the major tournament at the Euros in 2000. I'm telling you, man, Norway, with the squad they're building, they might be in the next big Euros. Not big Euros, but big major tournament. They might qualify for the World Cup as well. It's just about the key thing for Norway is about your role players. Because for the most part, Odegaard is going to show up. Erling Haaland is going to show up. What are the rest of the players doing? What is your defense like? What is the coach setting the team up like? Because, again, it's a bit unfair comparing to the Portuguese team in 2014. Even that Portuguese team had a lot more talent, but a lot of the thinking behind that team was, let's just hold on until Ronaldo can make something happen. And that didn't always work, but Portugal were consistently in those tournaments. You know? But again, you don't want to just rely on one player. You want to have a few go-to players. And Norway are lucky to have two. Madueke, fantastic job there. Madueke has really been very good in the second half. Conte back to Bellingham, back to Bellingham there, good one too. And Palmer needs to come off, man. Take Palmer off. No disrespect towards Palmer, but he's done nothing all game. It has been tough to play through the middle, but God has he been quiet. Horrible pass there again through the middle. But Palmer is really struggling. Excuse me. And yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about the expanded format. The expanded format also goes into Norway's favor. I think we were lucky. I think we luckily have gotten more quality players recently, like Oscar Bob, Antonio Nusa, Sorloth, etc. Oh yeah, I forgot about Sorloth. etc. But we need a strong collective. And this is what I mean. The players you just mentioned, those are the guys that are going to make the difference for Norway. Because we know Odegaard and Haaland are game changers, but what is everyone else doing? But again, it's a bit different when you come to a team like England, where now that we have all the players that we need, it's like, what system do we have? And so far in this game, I've not seen a system. I've just, especially there was a time there during the first half where they were playing pendulum football. Second half, second half has just been more of those crazy moments. But again, I don't want to criticize England too much in this game because one, they still have time, and two, on the opposite hand, Tuchel hasn't had a lot of time yet. By the time the next World Cup comes, I know it's only going to be technically a year and a half or 2 years to work with the team, which is not a lot when you're preparing a team, especially when you think about how long Spain have had together, how long France have had together, how long a lot of these teams have had together. It's not the best time. It's not ideal. Pardon me, but you have to work with what you got. And again, they showed the goal. Harry Kane getting off his line, making the running behind Curtis Jones. Fantastic ball. But then Mickey making the difference. Yeah, Palmer needs to cut. This is the second time I'm saying this because he just took a shot. He just went straight to the keeper. Palmer needs to come off. I said give Palmer 15 minutes. We're coming towards the 60th minute. Take him off. He's not improved. Take him off. Take him off. Take him off. Put in Eze. Let's see what Eze does. If you're gonna be a bit crazy, put Trent through the middle or something like that. Put Gordon in and then tuck Rogers in the middle. Do something. We can't keep playing with Palmer like this. Anyways, England should hope. No, England will 100% win this game now. There's no way that England don't win this game. The only way England don't win this game is if Andorra score. And before Andorra score, they need to try and get a shot on target first. And there you go. They had another shot. It was nowhere near on target. It just went completely over the keeper. And the fans watching, they're loving it. The team is very good. They're just there for the vibes. So shout out to them. Another thing, this game isn't this game happening in Barcelona? Am I mistaken? Madueke there, fantastic. Wins the ball back. Ball to Harry Kane. What is Harry Kane doing? I think he tried to cheat the keeper. Madueke there working really hard. Harry Kane either tried to cheat the keeper or he tried to play a sport. No, he tried to cheat the keeper. Almost worked. I'll give him that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because they're talking about it before the game started. I think the game is happening in Barcelona. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. I'm not 100% certain on that. I don't even know what stadium this is in, so I can't even tell you that. Let me check. Madueke, is he going to score? Yeah, I was right. They are playing in Barcelona. Yeah, I was right. Because the Andorra Stadium has not met UEFA's deadline, whatever that means. But yeah, they are playing in Barcelona. But shout out to Andorra, man. They tried. They definitely tried. They definitely tried in that first half. They executed beautifully. But it was like 5 minutes into the second half. England had they remembered who they were and they made it happen. Got it out of the way. They got the 3 points in the bag. But do not be fooled if you are not watching. If you have not watched the game, or if you're watching this live stream afterwards or whatever, do not be fooled if you're only just tuning in now. This has not been a good game of football, at least from England. In terms of Andorra, the game plan was to defend, and that's what they're doing. For England, this has not been a good game. Good ball there. Palmer, finally, he doesn't have any space. Palmer got the ball, turned around, and straight away he had 3 men on. But then that's the thing. This is what we need. Stop just getting crosses in like that. This is what we will need from the number 10 when it comes to playing against those better teams in international tournaments. You need your number 10 to be able to create in different situations. Yes, it has been tougher in this game, but at the same time, it's easier because of the profile of the team. Oh, finally, Eze is coming on. Yep, Eze is coming on for Palmer. I was right about that. And Trent is coming on for. Is that Rogers? No. Trent is coming on for Henderson. Nice. So we're gonna see Trent playing through the middle. Trent through the middle. Eze for Palmer also through the middle. Andorra has also made a substitution, but I have no idea who these guys are. My boy Altaf. Altaf is an OG of the channel, man. After so long, yeah, bro. Now we've got time to stream every weekend. Altaf, one of the real ones. If there was a Hall of Fame for JVM viewers, Altaf would definitely be in there. Who else would be in there? Frederick would also definitely be in there. Frederick would be in there. Altaf would be in there. My guys, my guys. See, this is what I meant about missing streaming. You get to connect with the community. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you coming through, Altaf. I know it's been a long time, but my guys still came through. Oh, that worked somehow. Eze there, fantastic. Still on the ball, Eze. Is that Eze? No, that's not Eze. That's Madueke. Oh, I'm so happy right now. My guy, Altaf. Oh, Yusuf. Yusuf. Was it Yusuf? I think that's the other guy's name. Altaf Yusuf. Or was it Hussein? Was it Hussein? Maybe I don't know who the other guy was. I feel like England getting to the semi-finals and finals, it really feels like England can win a major tournament. Should out shout Altaf and all the day ones. Yeah, that's the thing about England. They definitely have the talent to make something happen. Yes, Adam. That's it. Altaf remembers. It was Adam. It was Adam and Altaf. Frederick. That's definitely the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame of JVM viewers for sure. See, but I know why Frederick is not a mod. Because Fred, you were a mod on your old account. Yeah, because Altaf is still. See, this is how you know Altaf is a real one. He's still a mod. He still has the mod thingy on his name. This is your new account, Fred. That's why. How do I make you a mod on streaming? Let me figure that out. Trent on the ball. Yo, England needs to stop pushing the ball in. It's not going to work. I'll figure it out, Fred. Don't worry, bro. I'm gonna get us figured out. Oh yeah, as per usual, guys. Because we've got people watching right now. At the end of the stream, I'm gonna put a link in the chat. If you wanna come up and talk about football, whatever topics, we'll discuss it. If you agree with me on something, if you disagree with me, if you just want to share something, because I know, for example, Fred likes to give us the Norway news. If you want to talk about anything, just on the channel. I'll be able to make a show of it as well. I'll put the link in there. What happened to your old channel, to your old thingy, Fred? Did it get deleted or did you just forget the password? That was one of the worst goal kicks I've ever seen as well. Yo, Andorra are horrible at football. Respectfully, this team is horrible at football. Oh my god. Bellingham, this has to be a goal. Bellingham, not missed. I'm sorry, JVM. I'm on a study break. I'll join in an hour. If you're still alive, the goat is back. I appreciate you, bro. I'll try and stay in for a bit longer as well. I'll see you soon, my friend. See you soon. England, 11 corners to 0 from Andorra. This has been a horrible watch. Awful. Oh my, if I had to rate this game out of 10, it would get a 1. Oh, this has been bad. Trent there, good ball. Eze, have to score that. What did Eze try and do? Did he try to rebound the ball off the floor? Oh my god. The real story of the game, England still have no identity. Now, again, this is not the best game to test that because you want to test your identity in a few games against higher rated opposition. That's where you really get to test your furies. However, in a team against a team like Andorra, you should be able to put 6 goals past them. That shouldn't even be a discussion. You should be able to put 6 goals past them. Trent there on the ball. Madueke. What is that pass? Oh my. It's like everyone's gone to sleep. It's like everyone on both teams has gone to sleep. After England scored, they were just both like, yeah, let's go to sleep. By the way, the NBA Finals is today, I think. Yeah, it's gonna. No, it's tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, because they play Friday. They're gonna play again. It was game one. Excuse me, the Pacers won. The next game is going to be Hurricane. There, good cross. Nothing again. Thursday, Monday. Yeah, the next game is going to be on at least for England time. It's going to be at 1 a.m. on Monday. So technically, the next game is going to be on Sunday in America. So not today, unfortunately. Yeah, Pacers won this. It was a good first game to be fair. It was a good first game of the NBA. I really want Shea to win though. I really want Shea to win the finals. It would be such a good season for him. Scoring champ, MVP. If he wins the championship, hopefully he's also finals MVP. It'll be one of the greatest offensive seasons from a guard ever. Actually, one of the greatest seasons period because Shea is also he's very competent defensively as well. And you saw in that first game against Halliburton. But anyways, we're not here talking about basketball. Although I'd love to. Again, if you're gonna stay till the end, we'll talk basketball. But that's not the point right now. Since England scored, they've not had another big chance. And since England scored, Andorra has not responded. Now, I did make a bet with you guys that Andorra were not going to get a shot on target even, and I was right. Madueke there. Oh, Madueke is great on the ball. Oh my. Quick feet, pace, creative. Man of the match, Madueke easily. Bellingham Eze, great save from the keeper. That was the best play of the second half so far. Madueke, fantastic on the ball. Gets the ball back to Bellingham. Bellingham puts a chip crossed in. Eze attacks across, and the keeper makes a fantastic save. Like these England players have had to be very creative. Madueke, they had to be very creative. Bellingham as well had to be very creative with that cross. And Eze had to be intentional in attacking that ball to even make the chance happen. This is what we meant by these players having to be more creative, having to play more through the middle trying to get inside the box and making things happen. But yeah, extra time. They've not announced it yet. Once again, I've not gone live in a minute. I appreciate everyone watching right now, guys. Really does help the channel. Really does mean a lot. The chat has been going pretty well as well. I appreciate everyone that's commented. Of course, the goat Frederick the goat, Altaf easily in the Altaf easily in the how do you say in the Mount Rushmore of JVM viewers. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Hopefully, we can continue to build this community. Hopefully, we can get some more things going. And if you're new, join the team. That's the good thing about small streams is that you really get to chat to people. Oh, Reece James as well. Very quiet game. Now it's a bit unfair because Andorra has not really attacked. Andorra now on the counter. They're going to lose the ball in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh no. And yeah, it was a bit later, but I thought they were going to make something happen, but they didn't even get the shot off. Bellingham there, good switch. Eze on the ball. Keeps it under control somehow. Eze there, fantastic. You need to be quick. It took too long. Andorra have settled back in. England have completed 500 passes to Andorra's 83. England have completed over 500 passes in the same time that Andorra haven't even been able to make 100. And still, this has only been one goal scored in this game. And still, both teams have only been able to score one goal. Oh my. Curtis Jones there, good footwork. Yeah, another thing is, what's his name? Konsa on the ball and Burn on the ball, both dreadful. Dan Burn and Konsa on the ball have both been dreadful in this game. Look at the stats. Sick. "82 out of 87 passes completed, but those 5 passes he missed them for no reason. Konsa's stats are gonna be worse, I promise you. To be fair, they're rightly the same. But yeah, on the ball, these guys do not inspire me whatsoever. A lot of lateral passes, nothing really happening. Whenever they need to try and break up the lines and make something happen, they usually miss the pass. So I'm not inspired by those guys. Club World Cup as well next week. We're on that. Club World Cup, we're gonna be streaming that as well. There's a lot of games to stream. We're gonna be on that. I won't be able to stream during the week. I've got work, and things are getting quite intensive there. But during the weekends, 100% we're streaming. Especially with how well and calm this stream has gone. When it comes to the Club World Cup, we're definitely going to be on it. There you go, Rogers. Poor pass. Still on the ball. Eze, can you get across him? He did get across him, but nothing happened. And still, even with how poorly Andorra have played today, England have still only been able to score one goal. That does not inspire a lot of confidence to me. Let me just run you guys through a few of the dates that we have coming up in terms of games. So we got England against Andorra today. We've got Spain versus Portugal and France versus Germany tomorrow. Pardon me, next week for Club World Cup, we have PSG against Atletico. We've got Bayern against Bolton City. So yeah, we have like that's two. We've got 4 games that we're going to be streaming in 2 days. So it's going to get intensive. How long left of the game? 10 minutes. You know how you usually have extra time in the game? I feel like in this game they should reduce some time and give the fans their time back, because this has been a waste of any. This has been a waste of 2 hours. Oh my days! Has this game been? Rogers comes off for Gordon, and is it Henderson who comes off for us? Push this. Who came off for Rice? Oh, I forgot. Free kick in a dangerous position for England. You've got Reece James and Trent Alexander-Arnold. You also have Declan Rice. England have some great free kick takers on this team. I think it's going to be Reece James. Trent's not in the right position. That's a horrible free kick. Expected a bit better from Reece James, from me, to be honest. Well, SofaScore also do motorsport events. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow. They do MotoGP, they do F1. Yes, they also do F1. Wow. SofaScore, the best way to stay on track with sports events. Malta, Lithuania, Bosnia is beating. I don't think I've ever seen San Marino win a game of football. Never. Every single time I see San Marino play football, they're losing. But anyways, yeah, this, as I was saying, usually have extra time. They should give us some time back for this game. Yeah, Rogers came off. Oh, Curtis Jones came off as well. Another thing I don't want to see again on this team is Henderson playing Declan Rice's role as the CDM. Leave Declan Rice to play the CDM. Anthony Gordon there, good footwork. It's going to be very difficult for Gordon to make anything happen, because he's not as shifty and as creative as Madueke, and he really relies on that speed. And there's not going to be a lot of space for him to abuse that speed in this game, especially in the last few minutes. I don't really know what's the point of having Anthony Gordon come in. Harry Kane, their poor pass. But yeah, Harry Kane should have done this more in the first half, dropping back more. Just as soon as he does that, the defenders don't have anyone on them, meaning they don't really know what to do. That's when you can exploit them. As Harry Kane is an amazing passer as well. When Harry Kane is just sat in front of the defenders, it's an easy day for them. Easy day for them. Because then it also makes it harder for England to play any balls in from behind. There you go again, Madueke. Nothing really happening right now. We're just counting the time till this game ends. And I feel like the players are thinking the same exact thing, especially the England centre backs, because they're just passing the ball from left to right and left to right. No action through the middle. Oh my god, this guy. Oh my. I'm telling you, the concert and earn the high completion rate they have in this game is because they're passing the ball from left to right. Because every single time they try to make a ball that cuts the lines, they've lost the ball. And again, Gordon gets the ball, wanted to abuse that pace, can't make it happen. Drake is a bit different. Drake is a bit more shifty. Even in the tight space, he can make something happen. That's really Gordon's game. Gordon thrives on space. He thrives when he's able to use that pace of his. Bellingham there, ball pass from Bellingham. Burn saved him. Good tackle. Throw in there for Andorra. What a boring game. Came there, good switch. By the way, kind of off topic, but GTA 4 was the most realistic GTA vibe, in my opinion, of course. 100% agree. And again, I've played GTA 4 so much. Completed that storyline twice. Watched countless of videos on it. GTA 4 was amazing. Big reason why the car physics. They need to try Eze, Madueke, tight space. There's no one on the right now. Trent came in the middle. Trent, stay in your position. Jeez. Hold Plays it back to Eze. Yeah, as I was saying, there's car physics in GTA 4. They need to bring it back to GTA 6. We thought GTA 6 was going to come out this year. Nope. For this year as well. That's a nice take a pass. There's about 1 minute left. Hopefully, they give zero extra time. This game doesn't deserve any extra time. Just as soon as the 90th minute hits, blow the whistle, please. Blow the whistle. I'm going to drop the link in the chat early. If you're gonna come up, you don't need to have a camera on. I'll drop the link in the chat now. If you're gonna come up to talk about anything, just join the link in the chat. I've dropped it in now. If you're gonna come up, make sure to join. Join the link. I'm gonna start the timer now. We'll have 15 minutes. If anyone wants to come in, again, we're gonna stay. If someone does come in, we will stay longer than 15 minutes. We're only gonna have 15 minutes to allow people to come in. If there's like a few people that want to come in, I'll try and give everyone at least 10 minutes. If there's not, then we can just for a little bit. Yeah, timer's on. If you're gonna come in, talk about football, mainly jump in. If you want to talk about any other sports, that's fine by me. But yeah, let's try to keep it to sports. But if you really want to talk about something else, then sure, I guess, come in as well. Just gonna be a way for us to. I think it's just gonna be a way for us to try and build the community a bit more. If you're not come up and just talk, we can get more than one person in. If we can get 5, 6 people in, we'll get 5, 6 people in, have a nice group talk. Just jump in, guys. I think I'm good, but I like mostly being on the stream. Maybe another time, though. Yeah. There's no pressure at all, my friends. Because they've given 3 minutes of extra time. Did this game deserve 3 minutes of extra time? In my opinion, not even close. But I digress. This has been a horrible game, man. What I have learned about this England team in this game, which was the most important part, I remember I said the most important thing about this game will be learning about how England are going to maybe try and set up, what's going to be their system like. We've learned nothing. The only thing I learned today is that Andorra have a horrible football team. That's the only thing I learned. My stream, we have 40 seconds left of extra time. Gordon, switch. Good pass there from Gordon. Space, good pass. Gordon, can that be a second? How does Madueke not make that happen? Oh my. To be fair, it was a tough position. Who's that number 7? Who came on? Oh, Gibbs. Yesterday, I didn't see the Norway game on TV, and Norway won against Italy. But in the past games I watched, my team lose. Hey man, that's it. I'm telling you. I'll say it again. We might talk about Norway in every stream. It's all about those role players. Yeah, that's game over. Tough So a few minutes of football. I'll say that. So a few minutes of football and not end the stream there. We still have a bit of time left to try and get people to join in if they want to. There's about 10 minutes left. So I'm just gonna yap for a little bit. Half time. Half 90 minutes of football. Didn't really learn much about England or how they're gonna set up or anything of that nature. Or things of that nature. Nothing nothing really inspiring about this team at all. Let me just share the screen again so we can look at the stats. Sick. There you go. If we look at the stats real quick before the stream ends, you have England created 4 big chances, only scored 1 goal, 83% possession, only scored 1 goal, 20 shots. 20 shots. Jeez. Of the 20 shots, they did have 10 on target, which is quite good, 50%. 12 of those went at the box. 3 big chances created. Nothing really special. But because we have no one coming in, hopefully England win these type of games in the future to get to those finals like in the past tournaments. Yep, hopefully that happens. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. I appreciate everyone who tuned into the stream. Thank you very much, guys. As per usual, Frederick, you're a go. Altaf, I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that commented in today. So that's Frederick. That's Altaf. I appreciate you, bro. Who else? Dodos at the start. Sinlek Force Link, I appreciate you, bro. And of course, Ant, I appreciate you too. But anyways, guys, as per usual, I'll see you guys soon. Really soon. We're gonna have 2 streams tomorrow. Yeah. That is the end.